So you absolutely slaughtered Boreas. Uh, so okay, well I can give the recap then.
Oh, I can give it. I just don't remember
Okay.
the name. The dude's name.
Boreas
So
was the
just
name of the satyr that had the harp, and then there
gotcha.
was a dryad, Nephile, and
No,
then there was 3 Menaids and a wine elemental.
gotcha. So on the last session, we were just given our orders. We were just given our suggestions from the king and his company, and we were just after leaving the court and deciding that probably the best way to get rid of the storm is to reclaim the lost harp that Kira had given away, quote unquote, given away to one of her old what's it called, musician companions back in the day.
Bandmates, yeah.
Handmaids, yeah. And so we went on our way against the blistering weather and the wind and the horizontal rain up to the vineyards where he resided in with no coverage at all. So uh, we went up, we met him, we saw Boreas,
Yep.
Nephili, the Dryad, the 3 other dudes, and a wine elemental or a water elemental. So I think they're the same thing. And we tried to negotiate with them to claim back the harp so we could stop the storm from destroying the city. But he wouldn't let us. He kept saying to go about killing these 2 merchants or something that owes him money but never pays up. But he was as stubborn as a mule, and as stubborn as a mule gets stabbed in the arm by Prometheus with a well placed trident, where he grabbed the harp that fell. Luckily, it wasn't damaged, and ensuing chaos proceeded, where we just destroyed them all ruthlessly.
Yeah. Where there was 2 fireballs cast, one on purpose, one by accident. Leia had a close encounter with death, but pulled through. And we're picking up just as the water or the wine elemental collapses into a puddle on the ground. It's still raining, still, but like you're kind of in an enclosure right now. Or like a tree, like like there's a bit of a canopy from the trees surrounding you. And we are picking up just as this elemental passes, and you are now, Leia, you are soaking wet. Same with you, Prometheus. And you just see surrounding you 3 dead Menaids, a dead Dryad, a dead Satyr, and a puddle of water. Or puddle of wine.
Wine?
Or wine, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wine, water. Close enough. It's hard to tell when it's kind of soaking into the ground. What do you do?
Oh, that was close. I can't believe that worked out. I hoped if it would, but I think we got that Dumb Dick's harp from anyway. That's it. Yeah.
Give me that harp now.
Okay. Well, I try and make an investigation check. I'm gonna go search the guy Boreas for any goodies.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm gonna ask the help of Leia. It's like, Leia, you deserve some of this goodies here. Come here. Help me with
Fucking
this.
bitch! Leia's angry.
All right. So, do you both want to roll, or was one of you rolling with advantage?
Advantage, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
What does Boreas have on you? What you roll? 20. Is that a natural 20 plus 1? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 2 seconds.
That's a critical fuck ton of money, I think, in my book. Go.
Okay, you find on like just because you roll a critical doesn't mean you all of a sudden find like 500 gold pieces on on the Saturn. No, that's not how it works.
I disagree.
You just find everything that's on him with the 21.
Yeah,
You
I guess.
find a key,
Ooh.
just like a simple kind of almost like iron key. You find about 7 silver in his
Rich.
pockets.
Yeah.
And you find a crumpled kind of transaction note. Like it looks to be like something to mark a transaction, which when you uncrumple it reads, it's just like a list of merchants that he's either selling or trying. Like he was in business with. The
Okay.
names include. Hold on 2 seconds.
Can I see if any of those are people that owe him money from that or not?
Owe him money. You can see that like some of them are listed as him owing wine to. And the more you read through the list, it's a list of about maybe like 15, 20 names, and a good portion of them are him owing other people wine.
Yeah.
And then you just see there is the only name that like stands out to you. What you see, for you, Prometheus, there's 2 names that stand out to you. One is the names of the merchants that he was talking about. Him wanting you to kill, Septi and Trellis. And then another one, Pandora.
Oh. Okay.
Pandora is you know that the name Pandora mainly due to Pandora Gara is the name. You know her daughter Panora.
Mm. Mm.
Jeez.
Mm.
And
Oh.
that is also one of the names of people that he owed wine to.
The old one. Okay. Fair. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, you don't really find any valuables on him. You get the impression that this guy owed a lot to people, and he was hoping to get the money off of the other merchants that he wanted you to kill, so that he could kind of fund other stuff. He wasn't really a rich guy. He had the harp, and that was about it.
Okay. I'm gonna talk. I'll
Which
turn to
Kira
Kira.
Mhm.
Kira, I was like, Can you tell us how you're going to use this harp to perhaps dispel this storm, and like how powerful an artifact is it?
This harp is one of 4 of my instruments. My dad crafted it a while ago. Then I forgot about them. Then I left them in my kind of abode in the academy. And then I forgot about them more. And then I heard they got stolen. And here's one of them. It's something where I can use it to play music, but to unlock its proper capabilities, one of you would need to use it.
Okay.
Because
Well,
Hmm?
well, we have a bard here. I mean, who'd be
Yeah.
quite well versed in perhaps with
Yeah.
magical instruments, or
It's
instruments. But
this harp. It when you play it, it plays beautiful music, no matter how good or bad you are, really. And it can be used as a focus for casting spells, and it can also cast one spell from. It can either cast the jump spell, invisibility spell, levitate, control weather, or conjure animals
Oh,
once
so,
per day.
so the control weather is what be most important for us.
And when you use it mechanically, the spell save your spell save DC is increased by 2 for casting spells.
Ooh. Okay. So, well, what does everyone think? We should head back probably pretty soon to
Yeah.
try and dispel the storm as soon as possible. I mean, can we do it from right here? That's the question I have. Or should we?
Teleport.
Well, do you want the credit? If you do it from here, how will you convince the king that you did it?
That's a good point. We are glory hounds, and we need all the credit.
I have a camera.
Okay.
Camera.
What's a camera? Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually reflect the light and I sketch. So I start sketching the area that we're in. This is my name for a camera. So I had a piece of paper in my pocket. I took it out. I take some grapes and I squish them up. And I use that as the dye, and I start like sketching out the scene of where we are.
Okay. In that case, make a performance check. Performance.
Sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
About to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
mean-
bullshit.
So, this is your first time working with grapes as a color. And also, when you took out the paper, you forgot it's also raining.
Damn it.
So you're trying to you squish up the grapes and you're trying to use that as like your palette, and then you're trying to draw like sketch on the paper. But as you start to sketch more, you start to realize, oh shit, this paper is just suddenly becomes like this sodden mess in your hand.
Ah well, I throw it aside.
Okay.
Okay, so we I guess it's a good point. Maybe we should. I'd say if we have nothing else to search here, does anyone have any idea what we should do with this kiwi fan on him? Any inclination? Or maybe Kira, you might be the best one to tell us. Was there any? No idea.
No
Huh?
idea.
Oh, okay. Well, anyone have any magic that could help with this? Anything that?
There's no hut nearby that you can see.
Okay, then.
Could we
Oh.
fashion something? I don't know.
What are you trying to do?
Would there be any chance of him having like a secret like hole in the ground somewhere around here? Is this kind of a bit too?
You can have a look.
Can we spend like just a few minutes all searching in like a circular pattern out, like just gone out, just like a few minutes? Huh?
Is that what everyone wants to do? Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Wait, we're looking for shelter, are we?
I just start running in
No.
circles, like
They're looking
roughly.
for You're looking for like a secret bolt hole or something that he could.
All right.
In a tree or something as well, or whatever, you know. Just a little bit of. Oh,
Damn, my rolls are ass today. What the fuck?
oh my god, horrific.
So
That's slow average.
2017,
We all
7,
got like
5,
such
10,
slow
7.
rolls.
It's like a 9 average or something. Pretty.
Well, Carl, with the 20,
Yeah. Oh, it's
you do see a tree that looks bigger and more kind of like older and more kind of. It looks like there's almost like a bit of decoration done to the branches. And that seems to just stand out in your mind. It's like, that's odd.
Is it close or is it far?
It's near. It's in this clearing. It's like it's not like in the dead center of the clearing. It's one of these tree. It's a tree just along the side that just kind of like, that one looks like it's a bit more dolled up kind of thing. It looks older. It looks like it's being cared after.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna start walking towards it, and I'm gonna try to whistle as loud as I can to get their attention.
Carl, did you spot something? Spot something over there, did you? I'll start
Oh, what
moving
did you
over
know over
towards
there
it.
on your own, man?
Yeah, I'm just gonna point towards it. I'm not gonna say anything,
Okay.
and now I'm gonna misty step up.
Damn, what a flex. Okay. Whereabouts is this, by the way?
Hey, we'll just say it's where Carl is, like over here.
Where is this man? Oh, he's over there. He's in the bush, is he?
Yeah, he's in the bushes, in the trees.
Oh,
on
nice.
the left.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I'll go. I'll start as he's pointing the tree. I'll start kind of like moving my way around, looking for stuff, you know,
Same here.
Okay.
or
So
or
the
for
two
a
of you
keyhole.
are looking around the tree.
Just want to play with some wood.
1 + 8. It's still better than average.
And Prometheus, did you get one?
Oh, my bad. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, buddy.
17. You see. You see, like, how do I put this? Sorry. You see kind of like what looks, as you're investigating the tree, Prometheus, Carl, this, like, as you get closer, this just looks like a big tree. Like it, something about it stuck out in your mind, but now that you're close to it, you don't really know what it is. But Prometheus, as you're kind of looking around, you do see the outline of what looks to be the shape of a female, or an outline of where a female could fit.
Outline of. So like in the bark, there's like a missing bark, or is there like?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do I need to ask for someone small here?
Or
who's?
I'm more pointing out the fact that there's a dead dryad that was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll be like, okay, guys, we'll I'll ride over, or I'll just walk over, and I'll just scoop up the dryad. I might ask for a bit of help from someone.
Are you gonna try and shove the dead dryad into her tree?
Maybe.
A handprint or something.
Maybe. Anyone else have any better ideas than me doing this?
Detect magic, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I'll help you shove it in.
Yeah,
Shove it in
thanks.
there, baby.
Yeah.
So you bring her corpse over, and she is a corpse. Like she's just
what
like
the fuck you do?
like she's flopped out. Like she's completely limp.
Let's put her in like a puzzle, man. We're just shoving her into it like the right way.
You're shoving her corpse into the tree.
Yeah.
And you get the impression that, like, it requires a bit of a two-way connection. For you're just kind of shoving a corpse into what looks to be the outline of her body into the tree, but it kind of both need to be alive for them to meld together.
Is there? Can I see anything in the tree? Like, there's no.
You don't know. It's just a tree with an outline of a female figure that you are now holding the corpse that would fit into.
Anyone ever got any ideas about this? How we do this?
Gonna chop it down.
I think we just don't do it.
How about we stop fucking around and let's go?
Okay. What's wrong with the Carl? Can you light in this? Can we see what?
I slap Xander in the face.
I'm just gonna say, you have no means of understanding of what's going on with this tree because you killed the dryad.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go back. Head back to Mitros. Go back to the king and.
Okay.
We'll come back to me.
Can we all form protect a circle around the harp and Kira just to make sure nothing dodgy happens?
Yeah. So it's now like it's 9 p.m. as you're making your way back through the city. and you collect. Oh, you want to collect the wine elemental essence.
All right, just before we leave, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
This is gonna be.
We looted all the bodies to take it, did we?
Yeah, and the only thing of value was on
Yeah.
Boreas.
Yeah.
But let's see if you can extract its essence with a 27.
Ay. Well done.
Shit.
Um,
Oh yeah. Should we hide the bodies?
What?
Doing better is fucking burn them.
Yeah, we should burn him.
you take the dryads there. Okay.
Yeah, we're burning.
So Carl, you managed to pull from. Oh, you're just burning the bodies. Okay. So
back.
Carl, you managed to, as you're looking at where the wine elemental like perished, and you
Mhm.
see. It's hard to kind of wrap your mind around it, but it looks like a liquid stone that's just kind of almost has like blended into the wet ground, but as you pull it out, it looks to be like a stone that's like filled with like a reddish kind of liquid,
Interesting.
which you gather to be the elemental's essence.
Okay.
Um,
That looks different
uh,
from a regular water elemental essence, does it?
Yeah, it's red.
Gotcha,
It's like a watery kind of red, like a wine colored liquid inside, as opposed to a regular kind of bluish kind of ocean liquid.
Okay.
And then Leia, you take some of the dryad's hair, just to shear it
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
And then are you sacrificing the bodies, all of the bodies?
I'll sacrifice the ones that haven't been like fucking scalped yet.
Okay, so it's the three Menaids and Boreas are the only ones you can really sacrifice.
Do we think Mitris or Pathor maybe? So we don't piss anyone off. Probably one of those two. Oh, Mitris is probably the best sacrifice because this is something we're doing for Mitris. What do you guys think of
Split
that
it.
logic?
We split in half.
Okay.
Yeah, one each. That's fine.
Okay, between the two of them. Okay. Paper cup. There it is. Cool. So you're splitting them between Mitros and Pithor. Cool. Yeah. You're sacrificing.
We could sacrifice one to Kira. As a thought. Would that be
The ex-boyfriend.
would that be
Yeah,
weird?
yeah. Sacrifice next door.
Oh, that could be wild. Yes, let's do the
Kira's hearing this and she's like, really?
I know
And then-
two exes who want me as a sacrifice.
Okay, Pithor, Mitros, and Kira. So Kira's getting Boreas. How many are you like? So that leaves the three Menaids.
Oh, one for Lutheria too.
Okay, so it's one each, is it?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
one to Pithor, one to Mitros, one to Kira, and one to Lutheria.
Oh,
Okay.
Lutheria's gonna fuck us up.
I will set out on the one with Lutheria.
She's not gonna
Hey,
do shit.
you gotta understand whatever one of you does affects all six of you.
Wait. Can I for the Lutheria
That's
one? That's true, guys. Right now,
You
are we
took an
not
oath.
just? Yeah. Oh, right now, are we not giving intel to Lutheria about what we've just done if we give her a sacrifice?
Alright,
So-
Lutheria made them, so I thought it only affects Carl, but it affects
No,
all of us.
it affects all of us.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
You
affect all of
you
us.
took an oath back.
Yeah,
So
okay.
one of your actions that piss off one of the gods affect all the other five of you.
No, Lutheria made them.
Yeah.
Or one of your actions that ingratiate you to one of the gods affect all five of you.
I want Carl to be
Not six.
killed by Lutheria, that's why I wanted to do
Oh
that.
fuck! I'm doing it anyway.
No, you're not.
Okay.
I veto it. I stop it.
I use,
Okay, so
use my strength to chuck it
one
in.
to Kira,
Oh.
how many to Pithor and Mitros, and then is Luceria happening?
I
Two-
want
two
the
to
theory to
mid-
happen.
Yeah, I didn't want it, but I think we vote on it. Who wants
No.
who wants who's for or against?
No.
Wait, but why did Prometheus get lightning struck by Cantamine? The one time, shouldn't all of us be lightning struck by Cantamine?
Well, it was kind of the action at the time.
Okay. Okay.
And it was like there's some stuff that like I think I put a link in
Mm.
a little while ago
That's
About
okay.
sacrifices.
I'll search for it.
about sacrifices. It's like a Google Docs, and it's like
Getcha.
there's certain things that if you sacrifice something to them, they will fucking hate, and that's where either instant retribution or something more delayed might happen.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Getcha.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll pin it actually because I found it. Pin. It's pinned down.
Thank you.
Pin me, baby.
Okay, so are you so just to speed this along? One to Kira. Boris is going to Kira.
2 to
Well,
Mitros, 1 to Pithor. I think.
2 to Mitros and 1 to Pit.
Yeah.
Unless people vote with Carl, they want to do this shenanigans. But
Just let's get moving.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna say 1 to Pith or 2 to Mitros, 1 to Kira. Cool. Okay, that's that done. You're heading back into the city, right?
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's about because it's still a storm and it's unpleasant to sell and it's getting dark. It is difficult terrain to move through the storm to the city. So that is about 3 hours journey back into the city. So that brings us to midnight. When you get back into the palace. You arrive back to the palace. The guards are aware of your presence and that you are trying to rectify this horrific storm. So there's no issues like traveling through the city, like from the guards anyway. And when you arrive back in the palace, the king is asleep. The queen is probably asleep as well. And there is no one there. There is like a steward that informs you that the king will be available in the morning. And that they can arrange for some beds for you overnight.
Yes.
Oh, can I say? I guess it's not important to say Mitros, is it? Then that can wait till morning. It's fine.
Oh,
Steward
fuck.
says the king's sleep is of utmost importance to the city.
I say that when I go into a brothel as well, but so some tasks that need to be more important. Fine, I'm gonna go to bed. Go to bed. We set a guard. I'm gonna set a guard at least on the over take turns.
Okay. So you are given, due to Prometheus's lip service to the steward, you were given shit bunks in the soldiers' quarters.
What's
You
the
aren't
steward's
given
name again?
private rooms at all. You are given just a room that looks to have been converted from a storage area with like shitty little bunks, shitty little beds that have just been moved in there maybe like a couple of days prior that were like, oh shit, we need to have more, like maybe they needed to make more room for some soldiers, and these are just 6 beds in a very cramped room, and it's uncomfortable, but you can rest here.
Cool.
Nice.
Do we catch the steward's name, by the way? Just for
Yeah. His name is, oh fuck, where did we go?
His name is Pumpernickel.
I wish it was. I need to find it again.
Well, I'm gonna find out where this fucker lives. I'm gonna find out where he lives, and I'm going to cut off an arm. Okay.
What are we
Ionis.
doing?
Why would
I-
you do that?
Who?
What? Because he slighted me, and that's not acceptable. So,
You slighted his king first.
It's midnight.
Kill him.
yeah, this, I'm not gonna do it right now, guys. I honest. Okay.
Is he gonna
So
kill the
then-
king?
Do it. I'll do it with you.
No, he's gonna kill the
I'll
guard.
go for his willy.
I'm looking at
The
the
who?
steward.
The
No,
steward.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
kill him.
that's
I'm
a-
just gonna
that's an
I'm gonna
elvish-
brutally maim him. That's
Just
all I want.
brutally maim him.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh
that's an
my
elvish. I
God.
didn't mean to put it in elvish. There you go. Oh, why is it still in fucking elvish? There we go. There we go.
Hmm.
There you go. Ionis Petriades.
Okay.
All right.
Can we still do a watch during the night, just in case?
All right. Yeah, you
On the
can.
roof.
Who's
I'll
taking
go
watch? Okay.
I shall do.
On my
Are
own.
we in the palace?
I don't need
You
it.
are in the
Fine.
palace. Yeah, you're in like a
Why-
like a
why
small little
taking
barracks
watch?
room,
Just
all
long
of you
rest.
sharing it.
Yeah.
I'm power
I'll
as
put
fuck, so I'm gonna do a watch. So.
Yeah, because you killed someone. That's why.
Were you killing people, bro?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
No,
Why
alarm
wasn't
over
I
there.
invited?
Okay, so Prometheus is gonna take a rest. Carl, you can cast alarm. You can ritual cast alarm around the room.
Yeah.
Okay, that means no need for a watch because if anyone crosses over the border of the door, window, or area that's in the 20-foot cube, it'll alert Carl. If
It'll alert everyone with a big horn.
Everyone in the castle.
It's a
Yes.
mental alarm or an audible alarm.
Audible
Or you can
horn.
make it audible. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Audible horn.
Yep. Everyone else can take a long rest then.
Cool.
Because the alarm does not go off.
Yay.
So morning comes. There are 8 hours of sleep.
Third level spells now, don't I? I didn't.
Okay. All right. So morning comes, and as you're all kind of getting more kind of waking up again and trying to like reaffixing your armor or whatever your morning ablutions are, you hear a knock on the door.
Hello?
Vigor comes to answer, and you see a young enough, like maybe 16, 17-year-old boy in kind of servant garb. He goes, I was told by Her Majesty to escort you to the kitchens for the morning breakfast. And he's a bit kind of uncomfortable.
Why are you uncomfortable, boy?
I slam the door in his face, I turn around and I scream, everyone get up.
Nervous around you and the fact that he's been given a task by the queen.
I close the door in his face, I turn around and go, guys, get up! Time to go!
Okay.
Alright, get over here.
Yeah.
Let's go
Oh,
save
okay.
the city.
I throw pillows and like objects at Xander to get him to wake up.
Okay. I figured I'd bring us back to the screen because Vineyards is when Jasmine hops back over. The servant, the moment you open the door back again, he's still standing there and he's just kind of like, what the fuck do I do? He doesn't, but he does lead you to the kitchens where you find you are fed enough to you eat your fill. And as you're eating, you see a remove curse.
On the squirrel on my boob. The squirrel that we found ages ago.
Holy shit, you are bringing that back.
Wait, how
Been there the whole time.
Yeah, we didn't say it wasn't. So, and I never
I've
like I was one of
been
those things where I didn't really
waiting.
know what was gonna happen
Squirrel
with that
must
dude.
be.
I've been
Squirrel's
keeping him
definitely aged
alive,
now, right?
Waiting.
Was that the squirrel I
Uh,
cooked for breakfast last week?
yeah, I swear it was.
No, it's
He's
hilarious.
been with me, okay? I've been giving him nuts all along our journey, okay?
Ew.
Oh,
Nuts.
Nutty boy.
Hella nuts.
remove curse has no effect.
Fuck, okay.
Mm.
Alright, let's fucking eat this
Yeah.
shit. I'll give him squirrels
And
some food.
this little dude this little squirrel is something where like he's a squirrel the majority of the time, but occasionally he pops out of squirrel form into a tiny little gnome that looks like a little rabbit little dude, and then he reverts back into a squirrel.
I need to fix him.
And Leia's
Wow.
keeping him in her breasts.
Yeah, my
Surely
baby.
she's grown by now, right? Like, so would that mean her breasts are getting bigger just because the squirrel's been sitting
No,
in
he stays the same size.
them?
Keeps me warm, okay?
It's like a scar.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
okay. Forgot about haircuts. Okay, so as you're eating, some guards in like slightly nicer dress than those that you'd find just kind of roaming the city approach you as you're finishing up your breakfast, and inform you the king is ready for you. Do you wish to follow?
Lego.
Yeah.
Lego save the city.
Sure, I guess. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah. City matters sometimes, right?
Might just go poo
Um,
first and then
yeah, okay. They
oh yeah, we're supposed to present a solution, aren't we?
yeah, the solution is the harp that you're using.
Yeah.
So you make your way to the throne room. Let me just
I got
need
a cold from all the rain.
Oh no.
and then activate it. Okay. So, who is going to use the harp? Phoebe?
I guess
Yeah,
Phoebe
Phoebe
makes
probably
sense.
is the best
Yeah, Phoebe makes
attributes
sense.
for
Have
it.
you use the harp?
Yeah.
Okay, let me add it to your.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it have the? Okay, it doesn't have the I think I make it right. Let me just see. You just double check it. Yep, if you equip it, it should show up in your spellbook.
Quit.
Does it show up in the spellbook?
No.
Okay, I can fix that then. But anyway, you can only it only has it can only cast one spell per day, and that is either
Okay.
jump, invisibility, levitate, control weather, or conjure animals. Okay,
Okie
so
dokie.
as you all come forward to the king again, and you see him kind of reclining in his throne, looking at you somewhat expectantly, you see to his right, you see Gaius of the Order of Sidon, and you see Chandras for the Cult of Lutheria. And to his left, Queen Valis is not present, but his concubine Bella is. And you see guards situated around the room. And the king goes, "So, do you have a solution?"
Hail,
We have
King
a
of
solution.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
go
yes.
on. You
He
do
he
that
he
better.
does. He goes, "Yes, yes. Let's go to the pleasantries. But have you?
Yes.
Do you have something? Yes."
Yes. We
Good.
You
have.
have this
What is
beautiful
it?
harp, and I point to Phoebe.
And he looks to you, Phoebe.
We can control the weather now. So, if you want to like come outside with us, we'll show you how it's done.
Electrify
He
him.
just because I have windows right here that show me that, and he points and you can see there are like the windows on the sides of the on the right hand side of the palace point out, and you can see the vast expanse of the city in front of you, and it is just pounding with rain. Dark clouds on the sky, and what little you can see through the rain of the sea beyond is just completely tumultuous. You see some ships kind of clattering against the docks.
Yeah,
So
probably need to attend to it, do you?
we've
It,
Wait.
and that is it. We can hand wave and say she tuned to it last night because
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah.
that that's a thing.
Just wait there
well,
13 minutes in the chamber. It's like,
That's me an hour, and it does require attunement by a bard.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So that can we can hand wave and say you did it last night.
okay.
Cool.
With the solution that we've come to you, and we provided, you don't need to do anything drastic with a massive opportunity cost as the Gaius and the Cult of Lutheria is demanding from you.
If the storm is rectified, then no.
Okay.
You won't need to spend 10,000 gold for an oxen sacrifice to the Lord of Storms. I won't need to provide, was it 70 children? As he looks over to Chandras, and Chandras kind of nods and smiles. I won't need to provide 70 children to the Cult of Lutheria. And I won't need to demolish the Temple of the Five.
Okay, well, without further ado, and we might as well get started. If Kira and Phoebe want to go towards the window, we can
I
get
think
this
I have to
ball
be
rolling.
outside. So do I have to like? Can I climb out the window, or do I
You
just
can
kind of
set
run around the palace?
let me just look up the wording of the spell.
you could poke your head out the window and look outside now.
Can I keep an eye on Gaius just in case he does anything drastic to react to it, just to shield the harp? Just in
Hold on
case.
2 seconds.
Yeah, me too. I'm Hawkeye and that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo, Prometheus. He's got my armor, man. We should beat him up.
I also want to track down Ionis Patronus, whatever the fuck his name
Okay,
is.
hold on. So just reading it. Okay, it is so. I'm just reading the spell. It's like you take control of the weather within 5 miles of you for the duration. You must be outdoors to cast the spell. Moving to a place where you don't have a clear path to the sky ends the spell early. When you cast a spell, you change the current weather conditions, which are determined by the DM based on the climate and season. You can change precipitation, temperature, and wind. It takes 1d4 plus times 10 minutes for the new conditions to take effect. Once they do, you can change the conditions again. When the spell ends, the weather gradually returns to normal. However, in this particular case, it will end the storm.
Sick.
And when you change the weather conditions, find the current condition in the following tables and change a stage by 1 up or down. When changing wind, you can change its direction. So the conditions currently at the moment are on 1 is clear, 5 is torrential rain, and temperatures are all like around 5 is cold and 1 is unbearably hot. And then for wind, 1 is calm, 5 is storm. So what are you changing each to?
So wait, I can find the current condition of the following tables, change its stage by 1 up or down.
Yeah, but
Got
so my interpretation of this is you tick it up by 1 and then you add a d4 for every time you're doing this. You add 1d4 times 10 for each
Yeah.
time you're ticking it up.
So current condition is
Current conditions are 5, 5, 5.
got it.
So you'll need to be
So-
outside casting the spell for 1d4
wow.
times 10 for each thing you're ticking up. But like it's for you to tick up from 5 to 4 in conditions. You can also do 5 to 4 in temperature and wind in the same casting.
Okay. Before I choose, I'm just going to manage some expectations. Oh dear King, Your Highness, this might take a while, so I would suggest you be comfortable. Have a look out the window. Get some popcorn or something, and I'll get working. It's just not gonna happen in the next like 10 minutes or anything like that. You good?
He just gestures. Continue.
Great. So I need to first
Oh, what are you?
go
Okay.
outside.
Okay. So
Right.
you step outside. There is I would say there is like a balcony in the palace that you can step out onto, and you're getting buffeted by rain and wind as you step outside.
Cool.
So
Fun. I think I'll bring everything down one stage first to see how that goes before I keep going.
okay. So roll a d4. See how long this takes. So on the on the chat thing, I've actually added in like a dice tray, so you can click on how many dice. So that's 3. So 30 minutes. So as you all are just kind of looking at the window, you see the rain start to lessen over the course of 30 minutes. And it's not quite as cold as it was, and the wind that you hear roaring through where if you're standing with Phoebe, it doesn't the wind doesn't sting you as much as it did. And it's not quite as chilly, and the rain is not as intense. It's still raining, but it's not as intense.
Cool. The no reaction from the king or anything like that, are we?
He's kind of
Or
still
Gaius?
okay. Gaius is fucking pissed. like he's
Great.
he's not like visibly angry, but like anyone with any kind of like he just looks tense and like he isn't happy with this outcome, but he's not going to do anything to stop it.
Cool. Let's bring everything down to stage 1 then. It's gonna take a second.
So so wind.
We're now at stage 4.
You're at stage
1,
4.
2, 3.
But temperature goes from Arctic cold to unbearable heat. So are you going all the way to unbearable heat on temperature?
Touche. We'll bring the temperature to like. I like to be cool, so we're gonna be cool.
Okay, cool. So you're going from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So that's 3. So yeah, roll
3d4s.
3d4s.
3d4 and roll.
So that is, let's see.
80
So
minutes.
10. Yeah. 80 minutes.
A little over an hour.
So as you're all watching, as Phoebe steps out onto the balcony and starts casting this spell using this new harp, you start plucking on the strings of the harp, focusing on the magic that you know it is capable of. And as the hours, it was 2 hours overall roughly here, as the hours pass and the storm gradually relents, light breaks through the breaking clouds, spilling down onto the marble pediments and wet paving stones of the city. Slowly from this vantage point, you see citizens beginning to emerge from their homes. Before long, the usual bustle of everyday life in Mitros resumes. King Acastus looks pleased. Excellent work. I knew I could trust you to handle this matter. Now let's see about your reward. And you see as he pulls into his cloak, he pulls out a rolled parchment and he holds it out and he goes, "This map will lead you to the last known whereabouts of the Ultros. It was my ancestor's ship, the legendary vessel of Esther Arkenlander, fiercest of the Dragonlords. There was a time when I thought I might claim it for myself, but I have no need for it now. You should know now that I am rebuilding the ancient order of the Dragonlords, and in time I will have a legion of dragon-mounted warriors under my command. Then we shall have no more need of heroes and oracles. We shall drive back the Titans with the power of the dragons, just as my forefathers did. In any case, this map will allow you to resume your so-called great labors, and I thank you for the service you have done for my city." And as he hands it out to you, you are dismissed.
Oh, shit, we win the game.
All right, let's get out of here, man.
I will say,
We win the game. Game over.
Phoebe,
Oh.
roll a perception check as you're casting Control Weather.
Come on, baby.
Oh shit.
Yes.
20! You notice something up in the clouds as they're disappearing. You notice what looks to be a humanoid figure deep in the distance in the clouds on some kind of chariot or vehicle or some kind of platform up in the clouds. That as the rain and everything starts to filter away and you're able to see him more clearly, he looks noticeably angered by what's happened. And from this distance, with a 20, looks a bit young to fit your image of Sidon.
Yum.
Oh.
Do I see it?
Well, if Phoebe points him out, maybe.
I'll point it out to Leah.
Oh my god, do I recognize this man? Shit.
Believe in you, girl.
Yes.
Me as well. Okay.
Do I recognize him?
Do you recognize him? So you see him. Now let's see if you recognize him.
Do, 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 do.
22. The familiarity. He isn't Sidon.
No.
But he looks like Sidon. In like a way of like it. You know for a fact he's too young. He doesn't have the Sidon has always been portrayed as having long gray hair and kind of like almost like a Zeus kind of persona. This figure has short, dark black hair. But a similar kind of stature about him. Up from this distance, it's hard to tell exactly who it is, but you have a very strong feeling that this is probably one of Sidon's children.
My uncle?
Wasn't
Oh shit. Okay.
Sidon's
Got
uncle technically?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Other uncles.
Yeah, this you get the impression that this might be a cousin.
Oh. Oh.
Max, your mirror is reflecting whatever you're doing.
He's
Changing
stretching.
my under. Changing my under.
Just wanted to make sure you knew.
I was changing my shorts, man. That's a
Okay,
good
man.
idea.
I just didn't want you to fucking.
Thank
Stream
you.
it
Anyway,
live.
You're
stream
welcome.
it
You're
live.
welcome.
no one needs any.
We're not in that business.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, so that's what you spot. The king hands you, as the king hands you this parchment, who does he hand it to? I think he'll hand it to Xander.
Oh, thank you.
You and this map, it leads back in the direction, following. It seems to follow a river. Near where you were actually started off, near the Sour Vintage, there's a river that travels east. The tavern where you originally began this trek, this journey, it seems to lead east to an area that is only known as the Deadfalls.
No.
Okay.
We should also
Um,
get
Get out of here.
potions beforehand.
We still have to. Um.
We haven't even explored the city yet. To be fair.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
For the city, I have an image actually.
Oh my god, orgy party in Luthier's temple. I say it to myself.
If this loads, you'll see a full map of Mitros along with all of the districts. Sending it
Wow.
into it. You might need to like open the original because it's huge.
Wow.
So this is a full. I put it in the Discord.
Oh.
Wow.
So that's a full map of Mitros with
Damn.
all of the districts
Oh, yeah.
and all of the major areas
Holy
that you
shit.
would have. You like that.
Can I buy a
Well,
home in Calpis? Looks kind of nice.
Calpit, where's
I want to buy a home over there.
so where the fuck is that?
Right hand side.
Oh, Calpits. You never know. But
Probably.
that's just kind of a map of the city, along with some of the more
Oh, the great.
well-known places in the city as well. So as you're kind of ushered out of the king's throne room, but before you can leave the palace, you see a how do I describe her? A very dark-skinned warrior woman approach you. I don't actually have another map for this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag all of you down here, and we'll just use this section for what you're about to see. You see a dark-skinned woman approach you in bronze armor with a spear and shield. And she introduces herself as, I am Macalia. Queen Valis requests your presence. before you leave.
Yeah, where is she?
I will lead you. She leads you to the Queen's chambers. And as you come through these through a set of simple wooden doors, not too far off from where the main throne room is, you come across Queen Valis. Put her out as well, just so you can see her. Where the fuck is she? Shit. You see Queen Valis kind of reclining on a what is it called? A divan, which is like a long kind of couch, but
David.
it's a daybed, yeah. But and around her you see many scribes and servants working and writing on parchment. You gather that this room is where a lot of the kind of governance of Mitros is done. As she's just reclining, and occasionally a scribe would hand her something to read or sign or something along those lines. And you see dotted around this room 12 more of these dark-skinned, bronze-armored warrior women dotted around the room. As you enter, the Queen looks to you all and she goes, "Well done. I had utmost faith that you would succeed. I understand from prior discussion with my husband that he was to give you a map to the Ultros, or where he believes it to be. I believe my husband has not been entirely honest with you, in that he most likely believes that he is sending you to your doom. There is good reason why he has not tried to venture after to reclaim his ancestral or his ancestorship. And I believe he is right to fear going after it. And I do see the need for you to reclaim the Ultros. No ship has managed to travel beyond the Cerulean Sea in centuries. And even those that do travel in the Cerulean Sea are buffeted by storms if they do not give sufficient tides to the Lord of Storms. The Ultros is famed for not needing to worry about that. I just urge you to be careful, because the king finds your existence an annoyance.
King wants to kill us
Does he know?
by
Ew.
leading us to the ship.
Well, we kind of need this, don't we?
He's been plagued by nightmares of late, and I believe that this is a byproduct. Him providing you a very generous gift of a map to this extraordinary prize of one of the most famed ships in one of the most famed triremes in history. Next only to that of Lutheria's barge.
Theory's barge?
For him to provide such a generous gift implies it is a poison chalice.
Poison?
We should drink it. Carl, you drink the poison.
Metaphor.
Well, there's no poison.
drink
It's
the
just a
poison.
map. So the map is poisonous then.
The
know.
map itself is not poisonous.
I know.
It
I
is,
get what you
yeah.
mean.
Wait, I can't have a house in Calgary.
I think Carl is more interested in poison than anything else. So
Yeah, Carl can drink the poison. Let's go.
Let's go to the poison.
Can we prepare for it?
Yes,
For what's
yeah.
to come?
Yes, I wouldn't say you've plenty of time to prepare, but you don't need to leave at this very moment. You can certainly enjoy the city for a few days. And I would make you aware of with the Oath of Peace ending soon, tensions have begun to rise in the city. Those who follow the Twin Titans are increasing their outward religious worship, looking to sway those that have generally been more on the fence. It has led to some muddy waters, so to say, when resolving incidents in the city. And I will say, be wary of the cult of Lutheria in any dealings that you might have. There's something not right going on with them. And I have not been able to, through my agents, not been able to ascertain what the problem or what they are looking to achieve. The Order of Sidon in the city are numerous, influential, and at the same time, they have swayed many of the everyday man to worship. But at the same time, there is still a large portion of the city worship the five, as she gestures to herself and Kira. We have done what we can for this city, and many still appreciate what I have done, what our mother has done, and what Kira, in her own way, has done. But when the Oath of Peace comes to an end, I fear our influence will wane as well. So, if you wish to explore the city, enjoy what Mitros has to offer, that there is no immediate pressure on you to seek out the ultras, just that you do so soon and with a great degree of care.
It's a ship that's abandoned. Is that right? It's somewhere
Abandoned, potentially.
Yeah.
All that is really known about it is that it is legendary, that it is capable of withstanding the Titan of the Sea's fury, and that it was once Esther Arkanlander's ship.
And he made it from the Dryad Demetria's sister's tree. Right?
I believe he did, yes.
Right, that's why it's magical. And Esther was the last person who sailed this ship. And Acastus is Esther's descendant.
Yes.
And Kara hates Esther.
Yes, and I hate Esther.
Okay. We should get ready before we go there, I think. Maybe we can like level up before we do the ship thing. Do some quests around town or something.
What do you want to do?
I have a question for you, Queen of Hellas.
Yes.
The Oracle mentioned that you know of my ancestry, and that you can give me information that would allow me to restore the army of the Dragonlords.
Yes.
The
Yes. Your
Xander of
ancestor,
yeah.
Adrasia, I knew her. And
Adriana.
Adriana.
Yeah.
Sorry. I knew her. But if you wish to know more of her fate and how to rebuild the Myrmidons, you will need her banner.
Yeah.
I have no idea where the banner is.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying. Yeah, I think the Lotus Witch.
The one person, yes, the Lotus Witch.
Yeah.
She is the one that I would know. Scorpion Island is where you will find her.
Very good.
Scorpion Island, I believe, is where the fuck is Scorpion Island?
Sounds kind of spooky.
We follow the stars.
Scorpion Island is in the Cerulean Gulf.
Cerulean Gulf, cool.
Everything is in the Cerulean Gulf.
Some stuff's in the Forgotten Sea.
Oh okay.
That's most helpful.
That's a big ass place. It's like say.
It's half the map.
It's like
Exactly.
It's half the world, rather. Why is it called the Scorpion Island? You know.
Many scorpions. Got the Scorpion
Island?
King.
The story that I know of Scorpion Island is the constellation for the island is that of the Centaur. These the stars that make up this constellation are two groups that are often called the Centaur and the Scorpion, after a very old tale. A centaur came across a scorpion stuck in a puddle of mud. The scorpion begged for help, but the centaur was afraid of getting stung, so he trotted away and left her to die. A gust of wind blew a branch into the puddle, and the scorpion was able to scramble along it and escape. She then followed the centaur's hoofprints, seeking revenge on the selfish beast that had refused to help her. She found the centaur sleeping in a shady glen and stung him in the throat. As the lethal venom coursed through his veins, the centaur thrashed about until one of his hooves landed on the scorpion, crushing her. If you hadn't sought revenge, we'd both be alive, the centaur lamented with his dying breath. If you had helped me, I wouldn't have sought revenge, the scorpion replied. That is the only real tale known about Scorpion Island.
Damn.
Oh, cool.
And why it is called that.
It's pretty interesting.
Yes, there are many tales around many of the constellations up in the sky.
Are the constellations in the sky like
Yeah, sorry.
They
are
tend
they like
to
a map?
Yes. They tend to guide you to certain parts of the world.
I'm curious. Are there any rumors of Medusa on this Scorpion Island?
Medusa?
Yeah.
On Scorpion Island, I do not believe so. You see her thinking. There was stories of a Medusa, of a legendary Medusa, but I believe she died during the Great War. A servant of Lutheria,
Oh.
of course. And there is always you do see some unfortunate cursed souls that have been cursed into Medusae. They are rare. I believe the last time I saw one was when it was visiting the city some 10 years ago.
Well, that's quite recent. Jeez.
Yes, they are rare, but they're not uncommon. Like you might encounter one in your travels. I will encourage you to remember that even though they look hideous and they look monstrous and they have been cursed, they are still intelligent creatures that can do good.
That's good to know.
Yes, and I will also say, those of you that are not aware of the Minotaur situation in the city, I've been trying to rectify it for some time with not an excellent degree of success. The Minotaurs are treated as slaves in this city. I've been doing my best to fix this situation by removing this need and this desire for Minotaur gladiators, or Minotaur servants, bodyguards and the like. They are all bound by oaths of servitude or oaths of service, that are made under duress. And these oaths are all-encompassing
Oaths to who?
to their owners.
Is there like a whole ceremony where Minotaur babies just, have to take an oath when they're born or something?
They only need sign a piece of paper.
What do the
Piece of parchment.
Minotaurs get?
Not much. Death, generally. Death in the Colosseum.
Oh, and then their owners kind of bet on them, kind of like dog
Yes.
fighting.
Yes.
It's Minotaur fighting.
There is a large degree of prejudice against Minotaurs. They are viewed with a great degree of distrust in the city that is, in my opinion, completely unfounded and is built purely on the stories and tales from the war, from the previous war, from the Great War.
The one reasons why I know Minotaur is because of our interactions in the gladiator arena.
So you
Yes.
killed Minotaurs before?
I have, yes.
Why?
It was a challenge in the arena.
But they're forced to do that though.
But when you're
We saving them.
but when you're faced with it's either you die or they die, it's kind of
Okay, let's think about this. You want an army. If you save the Minotaurs, you get a fucking Minotaur army. Make sense?
yeah, no, like but when you're put into a situation when you die or they die,
Or they can sign the oath to us, and then we are their owners. And then they can fight for us. I say that like very quietly, not in front of Ballas.
Ballas still hears you.
Shit. Alright, that's another side quest.
And if you wish to visit the academy, I'm sure either myself or Kira can
Ooh,
get you access.
Ooh, should we go there now?
Yes, please.
we get to learn spells.
Um,
I get to learn spells.
I thought you came from there.
I get to learn more spells.
I thought you've graduated from there.
No.
Apparently, there's so much more to learn. It's a never-ending circus of
You
learning.
high school dropout.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
You. Why are you here?
I don't know. I came along for the ride. I just went to the pub the other day, and I got rolled into all of this.
Alright,
I have a
Okay.
question.
Mhm.
But more for the very pretty guard. Are you from Themis?
ooh.
She does.
Amazonian island.
She looks at you, and as you say that, she goes, "I am. I was exiled 10 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that. Why were you exiled?
I had a disagreement with the Queen, with
Ooh.
Cecilia the Sixth.
So we're hoping to go there at some point. Do you think you could help us get in by any chance? You know, obviously considering that we have majority men in this sad group.
Yeah, she just looks at your group and she goes, "You will find it difficult."
Yeah, well, we have challenges generally.
As
So
in, all men tend to be killed on sight.
What if they pretend to be women?
yeah, we can get them
Be
I
a
talking.
could
good
just identify as a woman.
Unfortunately, I don't think the
Even with,
Amazonians of Themis
not even
look
with my raspy voice, you know.
You need to make a very good case.
So you don't no inside work that you can help us with by any chance?
The only
No,
advice that I've been removed from Themis for 10 years. The only ones that would, I don't even know if the Queen is still Queen there. She looks to Valis, and Valis does nod to acknowledge that the Queen is still Queen. Still in power. The only people that would, there are Amazons coming for the Great Games.
ooh.
Oh, when's the Great Games?
She looks to Valis, and Valis responds, "Whenever the king wants them, but I assume that he will want them in about 3 weeks' time.
Oh.
He wants enough of a distance between this storm. He doesn't want Sidon's anger to tarnish the Great Games, even though the Great Games are held on Mount Vulcan, outside of in the caldera. They are held outside of the city limits to be an ostensibly neutral ground. It is on the king or queen, as it may be, of the city to provide. And he wants to leave enough of a buffer so that people do not associate the games as a way of appeasing Sidon.
Fair
And
enough.
athletes from Astoria, Aricia, Themis, and I'm sure other parts of the world will visit to participate.
Surprise.
in whichever um in whichever event that you participate. Yes.
Mm.
There are,
We participate.
of course.
Okay.
There is, of course, the usual contest of strength. There is the Leaping Spires battle, Kira Kart Grand Prix, Contest of the Sunken Souls, Eye of the Storm, Battle of 100 Hands, the Royal Labyrinth, Vulcan's Anvils, the Great Debates, Minotaur Fighting, and Lutheria's Arena.
Wait, Minotaur fighting. What if
And
we
many
saw?
more other events that happen, not just these many more events that happen that are not, that might not happen in the
Okay.
Colosseum or in the Academy, but might happen just in the evenings, some musical evenings. I'm sure there will be a wine festival to go alongside. It will be a 2 weeks of celebration.
That sounds like fun. We should come back for that.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Cool.
There's
Thank you.
a lot of things to consider, like what we need to do next.
Yeah.
So
Side
side quests or straight to the main story, which
we
is
could
the
do
boat.
do a bit of shopping before we do anything if you want.
Oh, let's definitely go around Mitros.
Yeah.
I could show you my house.
Yeah.
I thought, is that a line?
What do you mean?
Is that a pickup line?
Hey, all right. Well, my dad and mom are there, so if you want to meet them, and my dog.
Oh, God.
If it's a big enough house.
It's medium sized.
We just pop by, or you can just ignore them. I don't mind.
It's not like a lavish mansion, but
I think we have 15 minutes to.
bigger than Prometheus.
To
Yeah.
Act 1. We can tidy it up in the next minute.
Yeah,
or
we
two.
can. So what we can do is we can kind of sum up what everything that you were told. Like so you were given a map by the king to the Ultros, which was also, you gather, the vision that you got when you drank from the Horn of Balmitria way back, was of a large ship which was identified by Kira to be the Ultros. You were also told of some kind of conflicts that are going in the city, kind of cult. She's distrustful of the cult of Lutheria. She told you that you also have an in the academy, in both Kira and herself, if you so wish. You're told of the great games that will be coming soon, and then you also can go shopping in the Agora, the Great Agora,
Yes.
and anything else you so wish to do in the city. So, I will say, we'll leave it there because going transitioning scene again would be a little bit kind of pointless. So my only question is, have a think for the next couple of days and then decide as a group on where you want to go next, and I will prepare that for the in-person session.
Okay.
And then we'll organize, we'll have a camera and stuff set up for you, Jasmine, as well.
Thank you.
I'd say the first part of the session will probably be a little bit of shopping or whatever, and
Yep.
And then
I want to go to the academy.
Academy, Temple.
I want to save the Minotaurs.
You can see on the map there is actually a Minotaur market as well.
Oh my!
Oh.
Stygian Rome.
Market.
Yeah, in Stygian Rome.
What the fuck, bro? All right.
Alright, let's stop streaming there.
Coolio.